Some say it's a man's world. Well, that might not be true, but at New River Middle, it was definitely a man's day, as the school invited successful men from around the community to come to their annual event entitled Real Men Read, which was meant to not only encourage the students to read, but also present them with positive role models to emulate.
Real Men Read. It's a community-based project where we invite community members, positive male role models from the community, to come in and spend some time with some of the children to kind of show the children that real men do read, and especially gentlemen from their communities who have become successful, to come in and show the kids that reading is fun, reading is a life learning experience, and it could be continued for the rest of your life. And you can be successful by reading.
To emphasize this, the men went individually into different classrooms and actually read to the children, all in an effort to show the importance reading can have on success.
All right, so they were looking for happiness and success from their achievements.
Well, I think reading is most important because in my personal experience, when I don't know something, I read about it. I either get a book or go on the internet, and it's the gateway to greater knowledge.
Well, reading is very, very imperative. I mean, to me, it's the foundation for every single subject. If you can't read, you can't live. So the more you read, the more, I guess, smarter you can be.
Most children never really read books. They just read them when the teacher assigns them to. But when actual adults read it to you, you learn more from it. So yes, it was very inspiring.
But the day did more than just encourage reading, as the men who came also educated children on some of the different local career opportunities available to them, to hopefully open their eyes for the future.
I think it's really easy to see a lot of professional males in sports, for example, or politics rather than actually working in your community, whether it's firemen or professors in my case, or police officers. So having a bit more of a grounded representation of professional male, I think, is a worthwhile contribution.
I served in the prior Coast Guard. I was active duty, now I'm in the reserves. So I'm wearing my uniform. I'm going to be here with a couple of my shipmates, and we're going to read together and show some videos of what the Coast Guard does here for the United States.
Having somebody with experience coming to our class and telling us about their job is pretty nice. And it also influenced the students that are in our classes. Like, he teaches us all about his job, and he tells the students how fun it is, and we get to ask him questions and he answers them about his job, and like the choices that you get when you grow up and how important it is to have an education, so when you grow up maybe you could get a job like him and have as much fun as he does. And just coming together and talking to each other is just kind of different from what we do normally.
It's also somewhat different to hear from only men. So seeing these successful men show their support for education can be very impactful.
I think it's important to have men here this morning because they need both male and female role models. I think this is about demonstrating to students that both men and women are involved and care about their education.
We try to get the kids to see what men are doing. I think that a lot of times we don't have enough male representation here in the community, positive male representation in the community. So we're definitely going to display that today for the kids to see. And hopefully they might aspire to be like one of us one day, or better than one of us. That's the ultimate goal.
And inspiring the kids is definitely the ultimate goal.
Why not be, anything that you want to be, right?
It inspired me a lot, especially since we were in Marine school and I had a marine biologist reading to me. It was awesome. He told us a lot of things that we didn't even know. It was amazing.
It inspired me to read more books, and because books are fun to read. And if you have a good imagination, you can imagine where the book's at.
I personally think it's a great event. I'm a big fan of education, and I think what the public school system does and what the people here do is very, very important to our community and society as a whole.
Broward School Beat can be seen right here on BECON-TV.